All right, hey everybody, welcome to Down Home Backyard Gardening. Now, hey, the single seed challenge is right around the corner, and I wanted to do a video on prepping, or what you need to do to prep for the single seed challenge, and then also just a couple of announcements concerning my single seed challenge and the single seed challenge for the second grade classroom. So hey everyone, this is what my year starts off with, is the Super Bowl, and that's the single seed challenge. So let's grow. Okay, so hey, right off the bat, in case you all are watching this channel for the very first time and you don't exactly know what the single seed challenge is, let me give you a summary of what this challenge is all about. It is a challenge in where you take one seed and you document the entire life cycle of that one plant here on YouTube. And this is what actually got me going on YouTube, was this challenge created by Scott Head over on Black Gumbo Southern Gardening's channel. And I have fallen in love with this challenge because a teacher friend of mine saw the value in this challenge and has taken it into her classroom for the last 3 years. This will be the third year. So for all of her kiddos that are watching this video right now, thank Miss Rendon for introducing you all to this challenge, because this is a great challenge to do. And it's not so much actually a challenge, it's more of learning the life cycle of a plant. That's from seed to when the plant is done. So that is the single seed challenge in a nutshell. Okay, one announcement that I want to make real quick about this year's single seed challenge for me is I'm going to start my challenge and the second grade classrooms challenge on January 15th. 2023. It's next Sunday, a week from yesterday. So what does that mean for me? Here in zone 9A in the Houston area, our last expected frost date is right around March 1st. So starting on January 15th, that'll give me about 6 weeks of growing the single seed challenge in their cups on the heat mat under the lights before they're ready to go out into the garden. The reason I want 6 weeks is it should give it a good amount of time to grow. I'll do another step that will just make the tomato plants even that much more ready for the ground once we put them actually in the garden. So mark it down. January 15th, 2023 is when I am starting the single seed challenge 2023 here on Down Home Backyard Gardening. Again, that's for my plant and the second grade classroom's plant. Okay, so hey, right off the bat, first things you need to do in order to prep for the single seed challenge is pick your plant. Now, the best thing to do for this kind of a challenge, because you are documenting the life cycle of one seed, so you don't really want to get a perennial. You don't want something that's going to keep coming back and back and back. You kind of want to plant, at least in my opinion, for this challenge, you want a plant that's an annual. Tomatoes are annuals. So that's why I always kind of lean toward a tomato plant, because they're not going to continuously live forever. They're going to have a complete life cycle from seed to ground to compost, basically. So you want to pick your seed. Second, you want to go get a seed starting mix, not a potting soil. Seed starting mix. And the reason for that, like I mentioned in the last video, is a seed starting mix is just a median for your seed to grow. And you want that mix because it will basically be like a hand in a glove. It will just completely surround that seed and help it germinate. So pick your seed starting mix, and then pick your container, whether you're going to do one in like a special container, which I'm going to mention here shortly for this channel, or you do something like a seed tray that have individual cells. Whatever you choose to do, go for it. It's whatever is best for you. You don't need to stick to any kind of game plan. A lot of what I do on this channel is, hey, if I think it might work, I'm going to do it. And if it fails, I show it. And if it succeeds, I show it. And prepping is pretty simple. Get your seed, pick your plant, basically. Get your seed starting mix. Pick whatever cells or seed trays you're going to use. Make sure you get a heating mat if you're in a cold area, and some grow lights, which will be a video I'm going to do later this coming week. On continuing the year of the seed here on Down Home Backyard Gardening. So that's all you need for prepping. It's not hard. The funnest and the hardest thing I think about this whole process is picking your seed. That to me is a lot of fun. Okay, the next thing I wanted to discuss was just what the two plants are, in case y'all didn't see when I announced what plants I was growing for the single seed challenge this year. I've decided to go with a tomato again, but for this year, I am doing something different. Normally, I'll grow the same plant both for me and the classroom. This year, I gave the students, all y'all watching right now, the option to decide what color tomato they wanted. They chose the green tomato, which I'm putting up right here, and that will be their single seed challenge plant. I am doing the yellow version of that tomato, and that will be my single seed challenge plant. Here. So 2 different tomatoes that are just crazy different, and they look absolutely nuts. I cannot wait for these things to grow just to see exactly how cool they look, really. That being said, I have one more announcement that I think all the kiddos are going to be excited about. The final thing I want to discuss is something that I have a lot of fun with this challenge. So from the first time that I started this challenge back in 2021, I wanted to do something kind of fun and unique, considering I'm in Texas, and I wanted to put my own little spin on this challenge. The very first year, I used this Whataburger cup, which is a local restaurant here in Texas. If you've been to Texas and you've eaten at Whataburger, you know how good the food is. And I used that cup for that year. Now, last year, I decided to go a different direction, and I used a Chick-fil-A cup. Again, everyone probably watching this here in the States, or at least in the South, probably knows what Chick-fil-A is. Great chicken restaurant. My oldest daughter actually works at one close to here. And, you know, I just had fun with that. Now, this year, before the Christmas break, the students of her classroom decided to throw out a whole bunch of options for me to use, of different cups to use this year. And I'm surprised that not a single one of them actually guessed what cup I was going to use this year. So, to reveal the cup that will be used for both my challenge and the second grade classroom's challenge is a local gas station chain here in Texas. And I think they're starting to expand throughout the South. And do y'all know what it is? Classroom? All right, we're gonna use Buc-ee's. Now, if anyone is ever traveling in Texas, or like I said, across the South, you see this gas station pop up, pull over and go in. I can't tell you exactly how awesome this gas station is, because I know you're thinking, gas station? Trust me, these are the biggest, most clean. You can get food, clothes, everything in this gas station, and gas. And they have the cleanest restrooms anywhere, which is pretty crazy and awesome at the same time. So Buc-ee's will be the cup that I use this year on the single seed challenge for me and the classroom, and I'm excited to do it. Now, I'm going to try to get this cup, their cup, to you all so you all can decorate it and then get it back to me before I start the challenge next Sunday. We'll try to make that happen. All right, everybody, so that's the video. I can't stress enough how excited I am for this challenge every year. I truly, truly believe in this challenge as a learning tool. It is a way to get people involved, whether it's children or adults, because I've heard from one viewer that his wife wants to try this challenge based off watching my video from a couple weeks ago. That is awesome. That is awesome. And I know for a fact a lot of children from the previous school years have gotten really involved in gardening, which absolutely warms my heart and makes everything that I'm doing here on this channel and with all of you viewers and subscribers just so worth it. It makes me want to get out here and just keep going and going and going. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you, and to the kiddos that are right now watching this in classroom 303 with Miss Rendon. You all are an inspiration to me. So continue to learn, continue to grow in what you're learning, and start growing something this year. Start the challenge. Show this to your parents. For parents that are watching or grandparents, Get your kids and grandkids involved. This is just a fun thing to do, and it doesn't take a lot of work, honestly, if you really think about it. It's one seed. It's not like an entire garden like I have here. So everyone, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. I would love your subscription, and I would love for you to join this journey and this community that is being built here on Down Home Backyard Gardening. For some of the heat mats and grow lights that I haven't mentioned quite yet, they are down in the description below, along with other things that I use here in the garden. So until next time, everybody, God bless you all. Thank you very much, and continue to shine bright. And pretty soon we're going to be harvesting hard. Bye. If anyone is ever traveling in Texas, or like I said, across the South, and you see this restaurant, and you see this gas station pop up, pull over and go in. I can't tell you exactly how awesome this, I keep saying restaurant, how awesome this gas station is.